Greetings in the name of the Most High Yah. It's King Yedaya, aka King Solomon, staying wise in life and in these markets. And today I'm gonna do a trade recap on my horrible Nvda trade. Excuse me. Let's see. Today we had a higher value relationship. What's going on here, man? Okay. Right. So R3 was 172.83 yesterday. Today R3 is at 184.13. S3 is at 177.78. So we have a higher value relationship. Supposed to be looking for longs. Excuse me. Wait, let me sip some tea, man. Let me clear my throat. My throat doesn't even want to talk about this bad trade right now. So let's see, man. Let's get into this madness, man. I really shouldn't be taking these kind of L's with the experience I have right now. But let's get into it. So yesterday we had a big run up. We started off at around S2, which is 169.52. And we closed out here around let's see what price is that, around 180.95. Right, so today is a higher value day on the Camarillas. Supposed to be looking for some longs, and as you can see, there's a little more lines on my charts and stuff. I just put the floor pivots along with the Camarillas. So for those who find the charts confusing, let me just point this out. That's floor pivot R1, that's Camarilla R3, that's Camarilla R4, and that's floor pivot R2. So there are different calculations. They calculate differently, the Camarilla pivots and the floor pivots. So they're both very relevant. So as you can see, we had the rejection here at floor pivot R2, and right now we're breaking down on Camarilla R3. So once we get below that level right there, we're going into bearish territory, so just to point that out. So let's see, let's go to the 5-minute chart and see what kind of madness I did today. Don't do this at home. This is not how you trade, man. But anyway, I'm gonna explain why I did this stuff. So in the first 5-minute candle, we had the flush down, right? Right here, we had the flush down on the open candle, waited for the second 5-minute candle, and I started to go short here at S1, right? So around 180.22, I started to go short, right? Added to the position here, added to the position here at yesterday's close, added to the position right there at VWAP. And then price just kept breaking up, pushing up, right? So we got the wick rejection here at upper VWAP. That was looking kind of nice at that point. The stock market didn't care about that, and we just ran up here. I actually saw the wick rejection at R3, so I entered a short position right here. Let's see what level that was, at 182.69. So this is stuff you don't do, right? You don't add to losing trades, which I'm doing, you know what I'm saying? Once it, like, let's say I entered here, right? Once at least it breaks above this candle right here, it's time to get out. Like, especially if we break above VWAP, I should have exited my trade at 181.31, right? Or 181 like 40 or something like that, right? Or even just the break above VWAP at 181.21, right? And add into the position here, not such a good idea, man. Not such a good idea. So let me just go to the VIX chart real quick. let me show you why I was doing this kind of stuff here, right? So with a upward moving VIX, right? So what time is this here? This is, wait, hold on. Let me get the timing right. So I'm entering this trade at around 9:35, right? At 9:35, we having this upward movement on the VIX, right? So let me point that out real quick. So that's 9:35's candle, right? Right there. So with the upward moving VIX, the stock market usually pulls back, right? But I think the thing is that it's still below 20. We're still in the 19 range and stuff like that. All of that kind of stuff is still bullish territory, you know what I'm saying? So I guess that's my mistake there, just kind of thinking, well, because it's moving up, the stock market is going to pull back, right? So that's why I kept adding on this position, right? Like even when we started to get these wick rejections, we still pushed up, right? And I just kept adding to the position because I'm looking at it like we're gonna break down soon, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna just fall soon, you know what I mean? The Qs was looking kind of iffy, so let me bring across that as well. But all right, let me do one at a time, right? So with this pullback here, this got me nervous, right? Where the VIX was pulling back, it's usually a bullish sign for the stock market. So let's see what time that was. When we started to get this flush down, it's around 10:25, right? So let's see what was happening here. Let's make this bigger, 10:25. So at 10:25, we're getting this pullback, right? The VIX is pulling back and the stock market is pulling back. Well, Nvda is pulling back. So this is like confusing, man, because if the VIX is pulling back, we're supposed to be bullish. We're supposed to get a breakout here, but then it's doing the opposite of what is the common moves, right? So I'm looking at this like, man, this is crazy, man. Well, at this point I already kind of, what was this, 9:50? I already stopped out here, kind of went off tilt, flipped to go long, it pulled back, I stopped out, then I shorted it again, and had this run up here up till 187. So I shorted from 184, held all the way to above one R2 floor pivot, and stopped out here at 187, right? So man, I was just in a mess today, man. I was just in a mess today. It just hit max loss, and it's just a horrible day for me, you know what I mean? And eventually I went short again, broke even. I was talking to a guy in the chat. I think his name is Weil, Wael. I guess you pronounce that Weil or Weil. So I told him, man, I told him, well, I mentioned in the chart I'm going short, I'm revenge trading, I'm trying to make my money back, right? And he said, man, just don't fight the market, man. So I just ended up putting my stop at break even, right? So it pulled up a little bit, it hit R2 again, and I just went short here again, man, at 185.82, and we got all the way down here to 181.86, and now we're getting our wick rejection right here at floor pivot R1. See, that's floor pivot R1 at 183.70, and it's kind of lining up with volume point of control and VWAP. That's this white line right here, that's VWAP, and the volume point of control is this line right here. So that dash line right there, that dash white line. So I mean, I'm not looking to secure no profits down here and thing, because it's like I'm thinking this market is gonna break down eventually, man, because with the VPA suggesting that we're supposed to be, it's like a false move, a false run up, right? And let me just pull across the cues so I could kind of break down what was happening on the cues as well. Why I was kind of holding on to this trade, right? Like with reading market sentiment today, this was just bad for me, man. So let's see. With the VIX was running up, well, what was it? Was it 925 or something like that I was saying? But anyway, so the VIX was looking kind of weak here, right? That's why I held the trade as well, right? So we had this high volume here coinciding. Let me look at this wick rejection right here, right? And let's see, what is that lining up with? High volume. That just got me right there, man. That's VPA one-on-one. We supposed to get the breakdown from there, right? But what did we do? On low volume, falling volume, we started to move higher, right? So on this candle right here, excuse me, on this candle right here, we enticed the bulls, and they came in on this candle, right? I don't know if it's real buying or if the market makers just bought the shares. Who knows, right? But with all this this wick rejection right here at upper VWAP, low volume, it's looking weak. We started off weak with high volume, got the wick rejection right here at R4. Another big wick rejection. I'm thinking, man, this is gonna break down, right? But nope. Kept on running up. Still running up weak, right? Has these wick rejections and stuff like that at key levels at R5, Camarilla, 329.55, and kept running up. Hit R6 at 330.14, and eventually we got the answer right there, or like the climax of this false move, right? With the big reversal engulfing candle, right? So let's see what the volume was on that. So that's real selling right here. So they pump it up here on this candle at 10 o'clock and sold it at 10:20. And they just brought it all the way back down, man. They just broke levels here. The opening initial balance low at 327.47, which was also coinciding with R1 floor pivot. You can see R1 floor pivot right there. That's R1 floor pivot. That kind of light orange, kind of copperish line, and we broke that level. That was around the initial balance low, and we just kept breaking down, you know, high volume breakdowns as well. With the break of the initial balance low, we had high volume come in there, so it's a lot of selling. It's a lot of real selling with the breakdowns, right? So we're getting this wick rejection here again at Camarilla R3 at 327.06. So it's looking like it's gonna break down further, but we're getting this pullback. You see the low volume right there. Volume is falling off while it's moving up. All this is volume price analysis one-on-one, right? We're not supposed to break out with volume like that. The most I could see we get back to is like R1 327.41, but you know, things is, man, it's manipulation, man. So, and not to say I'm blaming market makers or anything like that. Is my bad risk management that that got me in this mess, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just kind of breaking down the reasons why I took these bad trades, you know what I'm saying? So let's see, another reason here was, did I discuss the US dollar already? MUB, when MUB is moving up, let's see, let's go to the 5-minute chart. Usually when MUB is moving up, the stock market's supposed to pull down. That's the bonds market. So even that is kind of out of sync right now, so can't really depend on that too much. But back to the US dollar here. The US dollar was catching a bid at around 9:45, right? So we started pushing up at 10 o'clock, right? So with the US dollar getting strong, that's when the stock market is supposed to pull back, right? So what time was that again? My bad. So we got the wick rejection here, the support at 9:45 and started pushing up at 10 o'clock, right? So let's see what Nvda was doing at that time. 9:45, right? And 10 o'clock. So it was just totally going against the indicators I was looking at, right? So it's just at this point it's just bad risk management. Like that was my problem this morning. Like looking at the false move up and then we get the correction. It's just bad risk management that got me to experience all this max loss, you know what I'm saying? So the market makers again, they don't have to do things exactly to like say the rules, then the rules of volume price analysis, because this is the one thing they got right. They can move price up and down at will. They don't have to even buy the shares to move the price, right? People got to remember that. It's like they have the ability to facilitate trade. That's how they call it, right? Quote unquote facilitate trade. So if these guys, right, with low volume on this move up here, right, and all this people are naturally selling, right? If they want to push the price up to 185.36, which is R4, they can. That's something people got to remember. It doesn't have to follow volume price analysis all the time, because that's not a strict rule. You know what I'm saying? And when you start looking at the charts more and you see like a candle just pushing up on low volume, right? That's the enticement. That's how they get trades to happen. They get buyers to come in by moving the price up, not because buyers are there. They're advertising that, okay, we're going higher, right? But there's no actual volume because no one actually bought. So it's tricky, man. It's tricky. So sometimes as a VPA trader, volume price analysis trader, you might say, yeah, this is a fake move, right? When you see a big pump up, right? Like you might see a big pump up candle and then you're thinking, damn, it's going to reject at this level right here. But that's when the buyers start coming in and they just prop the price up. The market makers join the buying and they're good to go. You know what I'm saying? It just moves past. The volume fills in later on. If you understand what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The bucket is empty while it's moving, and then they pour the volume in after. You know, so it's just a bad day for me, man. This is kind of recouping some of my losses though, from this short right here at 185.83. We probably gonna come back down again, 182. I'm trying to capture a big move though to, let's see, hold on. Go to the 30-minute chart. I'm trying to capture at least like the floor pivot down here, man. Or like S3 at least. Cause that'll give me back I guess a substantial amount of my money, you know what I mean? So right now I got back like a third of my money so far if I close out right now. But I think I'm gonna wait and hold on this trade because I already lost today. So it's nothing if it comes back and hits 185 my stop loss, because I already lost anyway. So I'm trying to get back as much as I could and just let the trade run, you know. We already had this big wick rejection right here. Market is moving down nicely. Well, Nvda is moving down nicely. Qs is rejecting R3 and looking to get another leg lower. We had a little bounce off of yesterday's close at around, let's see, what's that? Yesterday's close was 325.93 approximately. So we're getting a little bounce off of that on the cues, and I think we're gonna head lower. We're gonna break that today. You know, next target, next level right here is S1 on the Camarillas on the cues at 325.53. So once we break that, we definitely, well, not definitely, nothing is definitely. We'll be moving lower, hopefully. You know, so on the 60-minute chart, let's go up to the 60-minute. You can see the floor pivot is at 178.49. I think there was a difference there in the floor pivots. Yeah, because I think the floor pivots is calculated like weekly, and this one here on the 30-minute chart is more like the daily floor pivot. So this one here on the 60-minute chart is a little lower, I guess. Is it? No, because I have another chart here. Let me show you. Oh yeah. So yeah, it's 178.43. That's the floor pivot. And this is my linear regression 60-minute chart. These lines right here, the purple line, let me just point that out. This is some linear regression lines, and they work quite well, you know, for like target areas and stuff like that. Anyway, that's for another video. I probably ranted a long time on this video, man. So oh man, let me close out this video right now. Experience my loss in Nvda, shared that with you, complete transparency. I still have to get certain things under control, like my risk management and my psychology and stuff like that. So yeah, man, I'm still a work in progress. I remember in I think it was a previous video, I was kind of feeling myself like, damn, yeah, I'm getting the hang of this and all that. Like, you know, there's always days like this, man, that kind of mess it up. You know what I'm saying? There's always days like this that mess it up. And I guess this is a trade recap, but a live trade as well. You see it's breaking down. We coming back down to 180.98. Yesterday's close around 181. So making back some money, man. Right now I recoup half. If I close out right now, I'd recoup half of my loss. So that's a good thing. I'm contemplating, let me see, I should probably bring my stop loss to at least around here, above volume points of control. The volume is looking good. Volume is coming in right now, 438,000. But these wick rejections here is, you know, I mean, it's kind of crazy, man. We just want the flush down, man. And right now the level 2 is looking real bare. Not bearish, but on the bid there's nothing appealing to come down to. But there's a bunch of asks sitting at 183 still. So maybe people want to get out at 183, and the market makers would just let it come back up to R3 here, and, you know, let them come out of their positions, because they're the only one advertising they wanna participate at that level, you know. So the Qs is getting a bounce at S2 325.15. So who knows, man? Maybe I should just close out right now, you know, just accept, like, I guess half the loss. Well, that deteriorated a little bit. Still around half, but with this push up here, it's looking a little suspect. And that could be real buying right there, because we have a lot of volume coming in, and with the wick rejection, this is lower view up here, the green line. Once we hold above that, things are kind of tricky for the short, you know. So we're supposed to get some rejection right there to confirm that we're gonna keep moving down. Let's see, what time is it? 11:53. I gotta start getting ready for work, man. But since it's a live trade recap slash live trade, I'ma just probably let it run for like about 7 minutes again. If y'all wanna take it in, well, cool, man. Hopefully y'all learn from my mistakes. Just stick to your risk management, man. Like, don't hold these losers and don't add to losers, man. If it's a losing trade, just cut it short, man. I could have just cut it short right here, wait till I see some kind of real rejection, and then really enter this short, right? So now this short is not really profitable. It's not profitable. It's just really recouping a loss. And that doesn't really feel good at all, you know what I mean? You have this big trade going on here from 185 to 181, right? Actually almost 186 to 181, 182 approximately. And none of that is yours. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. So none of that is yours. It's just really trying to stitch up the bleeding at this point. Like, if this was an accident and they took me to the hospital, this would be, I guess, you know what I mean? I went into surgery when I went short, and I'm still in the ICU right now in critical condition. You know what I'm saying? This is bad, man. This is bad. I don't even want to say how much I lost today, man. Craziness, man. Craziness. But if I do get back to like 177.85 or 178.43, the central pivot, that'll be quite a feat, man. I'll definitely recoup a lot. Might even get profitable on that trade as well. So if that happens, again, it's not a good thing. I shouldn't feel good about that, because those morning trades right here, those are some bad trades, man. Add into this position right here, that's some bad trading right there, man. And like I was saying in the chat room, I was dreading making this video, man, but I guess it's a little therapeutic, Let everybody see that, you ain't no star trader, man. You do some craziness sometime too, you know what I'm saying? So if you're struggling with stuff like that, like risk management and having these hog days and stuff, you're not on your own, man. And I'm there too. And I've been trading now for a little while. I probably shouldn't be doing this stuff, man. I probably shouldn't be in this kind of position right now. Cause like if I don't get control of this kind of hog days and bad risk management and stuff, how do I expect to progress as a trader to become consistently profitable, right? I can't be profitable for like a week, 10 days, and then have these kind of days that just eat up my profit, that doesn't make no sense, man. Doesn't make no sense. Alright, so I think I'm gonna put my target. I'm trying to get to like floor pivot, the central floor pivot, which is this blue line right here. I'm trying to get to that. Probably should stick to like S3 though. So S3 is 178.75. I'm gonna put my stop at 178.81, and hopefully that does the trick. Let's see, we got 2 more minutes to go in this video. Thanks for watching, man. Like if you stayed for this time to look at this bad trade, thanks a lot. I appreciate you for that. Don't do this at home. Do not try this at home, man. That's all I'ma say. That's all I'ma say. Alright, so in a downtrend right now, I'm supposed to probably close this trade according to my rules. If we came in a downtrend and we close, if we had a flush down, right, from here to here, and we close above lower view up, which is that green line right there, supposed to close the trade. It already did that prior to this candle right here at what is that, R2, yeah, R2 at 182.40. So I didn't obey that rule right there. I'm just trying to recoup some losses. We had that wick rejection right there at float pivot R1, so still moving down. So I'm thinking we're gonna move down. We're gonna get S3 today. I'm gonna keep my stop at 184.32, try and hit that target, and go and get ready for work and see what it does. Alright, y'all, it's King Nvda, aka King Solomon. This was not a wise day in trading at all. So I don't know if I deserve that name today, man. That King Nvda, aka King Solomon, that wisdom wasn't there today, man. This is amateur stuff right here. Just going Hulk and, like, you know what I mean, hoping the market would do what you want to do. But these indicators, it didn't work with me today, man, at all. US dollar and the VIX running up, market still running up. Didn't work with me at all. Alright, y'all, trade safe and stay blessed. And again, don't trade like this, man. This is not how you make money in the stock market. Don't trade like this. Alright, y'all, peace and blessings.